Greetings, Commandos. This is Pagan Horde, and today I would like to do a little Mech Bay Talk. We haven't done one of those in a little while. And if you would please do some YouTube stuff, let's dive into some of the unfinished project of the Stackpole Crew. Because let's be honest, the Stackpole Crew has had a lot of difficulties finding exact pieces to make our dream builds. We haven't been able to do exactly what we want for a while. Like, for example, the first example we're going to do here, the Nova. We do have a Nova Daka Cat who so far is still imperfect even after 30 episodes of using it. So let just to show you with this Mech Bay Talk what I have in mind and what I would love for our perfect Daka Cat to be. So let's start with you, this Nova Cat B, which by the way is a beautiful missile boat. I'd like to have one of those. Let's strip that one. So the Nova, what we wanted to do was to make a very much one of the greatest Daka build ever, especially for something like a 70 ton. And for that, we chose to go the handheld way. So, right now, in our main playthrough, I only have one of these. One of those, handheld Rack 2. But in a perfect world, I want to have one in each hand. I want to go Rack 2 akimbo. That's the plan. To make this work, which we do have on our main playthrough, we just don't have two of them. The second one is just a MML that we had lying around. To make that work, you will need hands. As well as Omnipod lower hands. Lower arm, pardon me. And thinking ahead, I would love for him to have double upper recoil plus. I don't know if I'll ever get them, but that's what I would love to have. Next, to be able to carry all this weight, we do have an industrial TSM. So now we are 20 at 21. So this Nova is able to carry a Rack 2 in each hand and up to 21 in weight. So another option for the Daka Cat would also be something like a battle rifle. The battle rifle or the Avenger rifle is essentially what we could say the ultimate handheld. This is essentially a Risk Rack 5. The battle rifle is a little bit better. If I can find it. Hard to find. Alright, but it is essentially as well almost a Rack 5. But for the shit and giggles, and our Daka Cat, what we want is a dual handheld Rack 2 akimbo. So if you could picture this mech, he's gonna have a double Rack 5 in the torso and double Rack 2 in the hands. So that's just to paint you a picture. This could be pretty sweet. So that's what I would love to do. Right now in the playthrough, we do have the dual Rack 5. We do have one handheld. The other thing that we do not have would be turret mounts to make those even more accurate, plus 2 accuracy. And in a perfect world, we're gonna do a perfect world build right now. I would give it double nano damper fluid. These are attachments for ballistic weapon. So you would have -1 recoil for these two. This is a bit of a almost too much, but that's what we're doing for this build. We're going all the way as if we had all the perfect parts in the world. Now I could give you precision ammo for even better, but we're gonna keep it just double so you can have plenty. And just like this with maximum armor, yeah, you can already see the power of this mech. Now these two would be 180. times 2, 360. So these are 90, so another 180. You would be in the 520 Alpha Strike, if my math right. So to complete this, ballistic improve, of course, and in a perfect world, I would also give you the gunneries. I know you don't have. I don't have it. The rangefinder triple plus is my favorite, so you can see farther away and +1 gunnery. And for sensor, I mean, if you can ever find one of these, it would be awesome. I don't know if we'll ever find one. C3I sensors, which would give us the C3I network. Improve C3I as well as the sensor, so that would be amazing if we ever find it. And to complete this, well, this right here is already pretty good. Advanced zoom for the one carry weight left. Let's go for basic, or at least common electronic stuff with an active probe that I'll have to put in the arm, which isn't the best, but that's where we are. And just like that, I think we have something. Now, we can just put some AMS, and I think we have a build. Can we fit an advanced? We can, but there's not enough room after. Let's just give you a plain old regular one. I could go laser, but to complete the weight requirement. And there you go. That, ladies and gentlemen, would be the, I think, the completed DACA cat. With just the heatsink. Plain old regular clan heatsink will be sufficient. And that would be a monster. So that's the perfect DACA cat that I have in my head, but we were not yet able to build with the Stackpole Crew. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. I think this is a monster for 70 tonner, especially with the size delta now that are favoring heavy mechs a lot. So this is a true monster that I would love to bring to the battlefield. We almost got those pieces, almost. So let me know what you think. Next we're going to tackle the Thunderhawk, which we haven't been able to find all the pieces as well. And maybe try to find what to do with the Viking. So, see you in a moment. Okay, so our second ongoing project is the Thunderhawk. The Thunderhawk, our goal is to make a dual heavy Gauss firing platform. There is an argument to do a double silver bullet Gauss as well, but it would be the exact same thing. It's just that the silver bullet Gauss have 5 recoil. It's fairly intense. But for shit and giggles, for now, we're gonna do... It's gonna work for both, so we're gonna do that. Their goal is to give you heavy Gauss. For the shit and giggle, I'll just put one in each. But you're gonna see it's the same weight. 18 and 18. Same type of size, so either way, it's going to be the exact same build. So let's just go with that for now. Now, how do we make it fit? Alright, so again, we're going perfect world. And the perfect world, in my perfect world, speed is king. Speed and accuracy. And the perfect engine for a 100 tonner is a 385. The 385 will give you the beautiful 6.4. I mean, you don't need a 400 to go 6.4. You need a 385, which is the perfect weight ratio for your 100. So sure, there's an argument to give you a smaller engine, like a 360. Still give a reasonable 3.5 and have more room for weapons. But my argument will always be every round that you're not firing is a wasted round. And the faster you can get into position, the better it is always. So, I go for speed. And we're gonna get our 100 tonner to a beautiful 6.4. Okay, so that will of course require clan shenanigans to make it work. Like this. But that will bring us to the next point. Because these guns, these big guns, have 3 additional slots, we will not be able to give you both nano dampener fluid and turret mount. So which one do we take? This will give you -2 recoil, and the turret mount is a baseline +2 accuracy. So my choice is the turret mount. Why? Well, -2 recoil is essentially -2 accuracy, which the turret mount will negate. And it will give us +2 accuracy when there's no recoil, which the dampener will not do. So turret mount is always the best choice. Alright, let's attempt to save more weight with the classic shenanigans, Endo and Pharaoh. Now the problem is that we don't have a lot of room left. Let's go max armor. Let's give ourselves the ammo necessary for that, which will be at least 4 tons of ammo. But that will give us 10 shot per gun. Now we're in business. So one important thing to do with this guy would be to give you double plus stability gyro, so that you don't fall on your ass. That's his -20 stability damage to self when firing large weapon, which is important. There is the heavy, which is slightly better. This one too is pretty sweet. -1 recoil. If I could get the artillery, it would be even better. So let's go with that. -1 recoil with weapon and -20 stability to self. Yeah. Maximum distance scatter of miss indirect shot modifier of 50%. That's great. We don't care about artillery, but -1 recoil, just that, is a big deal. So let's go do it with that with shit and giggles. We don't even need a heatsink kit, other than regular. We're gonna put in one for the... just to say. Very well. So how do we improve you further? In our current playthrough, what we gave you was the vehicle DNI. So that you can have some accuracy, maximum evasion, a further -1 recoil. But I think the best one would still be Gauss Sniper. Because Gauss Sniper is a flat-out +3 accuracy. Gauss Sniper might be better. Yeah, I think that's better. So I'm probably going to give you Rangefinder Triple Plus again, because that's my favorite one. With gunnery support, because of course. And sensor, well, if we can find the C3I sensors one day, that would be the choice as well. So you would have C3I, Gauss Sniper, rangefinder, gunnery support, turret mounts. Yeah, you're gonna be inaccurate, but you're gonna be accurate. That would be my choice. Of course, let's give him typical electronic stuff. Again, we have to put in the arms, which isn't the best. But now we have quite the monster. With speed, less recoil, Gauss Sniper, oh yeah. So we can interchange that build with heavy or silver bullet Gauss. The silver bullet Gauss does have 1 evasion ignore and +1 accuracy. But it has a massive recoil of 5. And a 20% misfire chance. But the silver bullet Gauss does not seem to have the 48 stability damage to self when fired. So that's the thing. Because a double heavy Gauss, even with the Jaro artillery, might make it unstable. I still haven't tested it in our main playthrough. So that could be a proponent for that. So that would be my my best Thunderhawk. So again, there could be a argument for lesser engine and more weapons. I prefer speed. Speed to put bullet on forehead. I mean, you could put a medium laser or 3, but you're gonna do a lot more damage if you get to the firing position faster and you put more heavy Gauss on target than just adding a few more lasers. And you will get to the objective faster, and you will get to the evac faster. Speed is everything. Speed and accuracy. So that would be the Thunderhawk in a perfect world. Next, we're gonna do the Viking. We've collected a Viking with the Stackpole Crew. I'm still unsure if I'm going to deploy it at all. Let's discuss that next. So this is a Viking. This is the model that we've captured or salvaged. And as you can see, the base model is kind of interesting. I find the Viking really nice. It's just... It's a missile mech without missile affinity, so it will be outclassed by a missile mech, any other missile mech. So that's the trouble with it. But this is pretty. This weapon loadout is pretty. The only problem is 4-2. Ugh. Well, let's see if we can do something with it. 4-2 doesn't work for me. For reasons I have already spoke about. So I think for a 90, it's a 360. For the magical 6-4, yeah. If you go down to 1... Oh, it might be a 355. Pardon me. Pardon me. Even a 350, we can get to 6-4 on a 90 tonner. Interesting. Aha. So 350 is the magical number for 6-4. Which does leave enough room for a lot. I mean, 42 tons, and we haven't put on armor. Alright, 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 alright. Maybe there's something to do with that one after all. I mean, its original configuration had hardened armor. So now you would be down to 6-3. with only 18 ton remaining, but you would be an unkillable bastard. I don't have a hardened clan in my playthrough, but right now we are, of course, doing the best possible. And I mean, you wouldn't have right now a ludicrous amount of armor. You would be in the 300, no, pardon me, at least a 3,000. Yeah, it's 1,730 times 2. So you're in the 3,400. Well then. Maybe we can afford to composite you then. It's dangerous, but composite gives us that much, and if we endo steel, it's the same thing. It just doesn't take places. Okay, but the harden doesn't take internal place. Interesting. So this sort of works, and you have but 20 ton of space. That would make you a 3,400 armor monster. Okay. Possibilities. Possibilities. Let's give you a gyro double X so that we can save some more room. I mean, we can of course give you defense or stability to be even stronger, but I do want a wee bit more room for weapon. 23 is not a lot, let's be honest. So we're gonna have to be weight efficient, which means probably short range weapon. Like these. These are only 180 meter. Ugh. Streak Clan, what is your... 240 meter? That's 3 tons. I mean, if we had some MRM science, but we don't. For shit and giggle, we might try to put it in there and see if it works. I mean, the best weight efficient is, of course, the LRM 15, which is only 3.5 ton. There's the MMS route as well, but these are somewhat heavy. Alright. For the shit and giggles, because we're doing the best possible scenario, we're gonna MRM science you, because that's the shit. 8 tons for this, 11 for 60, 8 for 45. There you go. That's a 90 MRM build. Like, we're doing the shit and giggles. I haven't seen a single science in our entire Stackpole crew, but, you know, we're having fun right now. So if we, of course, give you Apollo to go with it, we're gonna give you the beautiful science ammo that is exceedingly rare, like MRM EMP. That's just a fuck you. Ooh, that's gnarly. And then the Hunter Killer. Man, I wish I could find that in our playthrough. Alright, so Hunter Killer is 200 per shot and we're firing 90. So we're gonna need a lot. We're gonna need a lot. We would need 5 of it in reality. Let's say 4 with 1 EMP, 2 shots of EMP. That is not a lot, but one thing we'll be able to do, since we have a lot of rooms in you, I mean, let's patchwork you, get a few additional tons. With the hardened, do we even need a case? Nope, we don't. Alright, fire control risk is pretty sweet. It's a permanent evasion ignore. But we're probably gonna go with the direct missile accuracy. Which is this thing. Cannot be used with the Apollo attachment. Well, fuck you. Artemis 3? No. Well then, risk it is. Cockpit risk, what do you got? Injury resist, +2 guts, +2 tactics. I mean, yeah, the risk stuff is actually fairly good. The only thing I would do, absolutely, however, would be missile range. Increase the range of our MRMs. And of course, gunnery shenanigans. Oh, do we go enhance imaging with you to make you even deadlier? Sure, why not? Let's go Predator. Predator will be even better. Predator with enhanced imaging. There you go. What a monster. That would be 3,400 armor. Let's give you a wee bit more ammo then, because we can. Sadly, the AMS potential support hardpoint is full. But for the rest of the stuff... let's say we give you the C3I, because you're gonna be the front runner. Let's say... you're gonna need the shenanigans. Let's give you even more patchwork, because we can. The hardened doesn't use room inside, so it actually gives you an impressive amount of room to mess with. $2.2 tons, too much. Let's give you a light active pro. We're gonna scrunch for every little bit we can get. And because you're going to be a frontliner, you don't need the best probe in the world, so this would be sufficient. Alright, well, we don't mind removing a little bit of armor, because let's be honest, you're gonna be over 3,000 anyway, and you're gonna be fine. There you go. So that, ladies and gentlemen, would be my perfect world Viking. Now, I don't think I'll ever find this beautiful MRM-45 out there in the wild. And if we remove this, what would actually be a real build that we could do with 22. A realistic build. I mean, there is a world where we would go full streak SRM6. And it could potentially work. This is still a 300 damage alpha. We would get somewhat of an okay range with the missile range. We could equip it with thermal exchanger and give it a wee bit of emotional support lasers. This would be a more realistic build that we can do with right now. The other one, let's be honest, it is a perfect scenario. Some simple ER medium lasers. I mean, this would work. Sort of. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. This would be the perfect world versus the realistic. I mean, we do not have a lot of weight in reality. So I would go probably adding a +4 here. Then you would be fine. And then a wee bit of ammo. This would still be quite the monster. Just not as redonkulous as the science. But that could work. That could work. That would be a 3300 armor fuck you machine. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. What should we do with our Viking? Should we attempt something like that in our main playthrough? I don't think I have all of those pieces either to actually make it work. But it could work. It could work as a fuck you machine. That is, would be really hard to kill. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Those are the 3 ongoing projects with your Stackpole Crew. Well, should we build the Viking or not? Let me know, and I'll see you next time.